Well, I am one of the directors of science, and my specialty is communications. And the idea that a mission ends when you return the data, when you make the discoveries, when the scientists publish their papers, to me the mission doesn't end until you have some sort of public involvement, until you have some sort of public buy-in. I think that's as important as any other part of the mission. I've been trying to tell people for years that a communications team on a mission is just like having your crack team of electrical engineers or your best computer programmers. You need to have people that really understand communication as well. And it helps. I mean, in my case, I started out as a research astrophysicist, and so I understand a lot of the topics as well. But I do communications now at NASA. And as far as why NASA is important, I think this is one of these things that people have no idea. We run, at the moment, 108 science missions. Those are mostly spacecraft. Some of them are on balloons or sounding rockets or on the space station. Some of them are on the Earth. We have people embedded with the Sami reindeer herders trying to understand how climate change is changing the migration of reindeer herds. I mean, it's amazing that NASA is all over. And, everything from the disaster mitigation from all of those hurricanes. We actually sent staff to Puerto Rico when FEMA was overwhelmed. They've been setting up communication centers. I mean, everything from determining what set off the Big Bang to, where are those wildfires going to be spreading to in Southern California. We have 108 missions, and I've never seen any organization operate more efficiently. I've never worked with more brilliant people. I think people often don't understand what the real value is as far as blue sky research. People talk about spin-offs, and people joke about things like Velcro and Tang. I mean, those are jokes, but the more intelligent people might notice things like microprocessors started at NASA, cell phones. The reason you have computers, the reason the United States was poised to lead the computer revolution was because of the Apollo program. But I don't know. I mean, all of those kind of fall flat, to tell you the truth. I think that people don't understand. It was a NASA satellite doing research just out of curiosity to see what gases were in the atmosphere that discovered that the ozone hole was being depleted in the 1980s. And the NASA scientists, with a number of university scientists, went running to the UN and said, if we don't do something, we are literally going to destroy the planet. And they made they actually got the Montreal Protocol signed. They actually made treaties. They banned these chemicals that were depleting our ozone layer. And we've since done atmospheric models that show that we would have actually destroyed the ozone layer had we done nothing by the year 2060. Which, if not in my lifetime, is probably in our children's lifetime. And basically that would have destroyed agriculture. The crops would have failed all over the world. You couldn't have livestock outside. People couldn't have lived outside. We very nearly destroyed civilization, and your grandchildren would have lived through that. And so when people talk about what's the best NASA spin-off, the worth of blue sky research that you don't understand where it's going to lead, the best spin-off I know of is grandchildren.